7 of the rarest medical conditions you will ever see. In this video, you will discover 7 of the top rarest medical conditions ever reported in medical history. From tiny skulls with part of a brain sticking out, to a little boy with no eyes, yet enjoys life to the fullest, you will discover a world of rare diseases that no one would ever believe exists. But before we get to the list, kindly show some support by subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell icon for notifications of new uploads. This video is partially sponsored by DelvixGarden.com, your source for high-quality food supplements and personal care products at low prices. This company has a range of premium products for your health, beauty, and personal care, including organic pine pollen, ceremonial-grade matcha, medicinal herbs, hair dye shampoo, and plant-based protein for weight loss. There are links in the description. Kindly visit their store and use the coupon code FIRST20% to get 20% discount on your first order. 7. A teenager who collapses whenever she laughs. They say laughter is the best medicine, but it's unfortunate that some people cannot laugh whenever they want. They suffer from a medical condition called cataplexy, and this is the case of Jordan Coomer. This is a condition where her muscles paralyze whenever she laughs. Cataplexy is a complication of narcolepsy, a long-term neurological disorder that involves a decreased ability to regulate sleep-wake cycles. She was discovered to have cataplexy right after she was diagnosed with narcolepsy. The condition affects about 22,500 British people and 1 in 2,000 people in the US. The exact cause of narcolepsy is unclear. They say it can be an infection, such as swine flu. Hormonal changes such as in puberty and major stress are linked to the onset. When Jordan was diagnosed with this condition, doctors have recorded her having 20-minute naps every 2 hours. She is at risk of crumpling to the ground for around half a minute any time she giggles. Her brain is conscious, but her body is frozen. This can happen any time of the day, maybe during her class, daily activities, or when she's eating. In an interview, Jordan said, "Adjusting to the disease has been hard. At first I was very upset and just couldn't figure out why it had to be me. I have dreams and want to do so much, and to learn that you have a disease that will ultimately affect the rest of your life and what you want to do is extremely hard. Over time, though, I've come to accept it and embrace it." In January 2017, Jordan has been treated by a pediatric sleep specialist who told her to wear a watch-like device that would monitor her sleeping patterns. Then, doctors diagnosed cataplexy, a medical condition in which strong emotion or laughter causes a person to suffer a sudden physical collapse, though remaining conscious. Jordan now manages her condition by taking medication, which has reduced how much she has to sleep. According to Jordan's mom, every year at the beginning of school, she personally talks to each one of Jordan's teachers and lets them know about her diagnosis and what to do if she nods off. Her mom added that she is an excellent student and works hard and does everything she wants to do. Despite of her condition, Jordan is determined to live a normal life just like any other teens of her age. 6. Woman born with backwards legs. Walking is something that most of us all take for granted, but for some people it is a challenge, and this is the case of Chen Tuanji, a Chinese woman who was born with backwards legs. Chen Tuanji was born with a very rare genetic condition that makes it impossible for her to walk or move about. Her legs positioned in the shape of an L, pointing forward at the knee. Her parents were too poor to cover the treatment cost. They attempted to find help in Taiwan, but the staff denied their request, saying her case was just too unusual. She therefore grew up unable to stand, let alone walk. She's known in her village as the crawling girl. But she never gave up on her education. As she grew up, Chen managed to continue her education and is now studying to be a social worker. Chen is a new person now. Thanks to the funds she received from a relief organization, she underwent dozens of surgeries. And the result? Success. She can now stand. The next step is walking. 5. A man's legs ballooned to 110 pounds due to a worm infection. Like all other men, Shahid Hussein had normal and strong legs until he became infected with a parasitic worm 5 years ago. The infection has caused his legs to have swelled to twice their size, which has left him bedridden, thus unable to work. The condition is called elephantitis. Elephantitis occurs when the lymphatic system is impaired or obstructed due to a parasite infection resulting from a mosquito bite that transmits the filarial worm. This is not a rare disease. In 2000, there were over 120 million people suffering with elephantitis, of which about 40 million were disfigured and incapacitated by the disease. Hussein's condition is extreme. His legs have a huge circumference, measuring about 35 inches around each limb and weighing an astounding 110 pounds, leaving him in pain and unable to work and provide for his family. Without a treatment, the legs will continue to swell. He is asking the public and his local authorities to support him and pay for the proper treatment. 4. Little girl with no-name disease. Katie Renfro is a 9-year-old little girl. She has an unusual oversized brain tumor which has impacted her mobility, thus leaving her unable to walk or talk. This disease is so rare and mysterious that there is no name for it yet. The tumor also causes seizures occasionally. At first, she was diagnosed with megalencephaly, a condition which causes a child to have an abnormally large, heavy, and usually malfunctioning brain. But as other symptoms emerge, the physician determined Katie has a different medical condition, which he cannot identify. In an interview, the mother, Angie, states that, at this point, as far as I know, no one knows anything that is wrong with her. They checked her for dwarfism, they've checked her for so many things that I can't even remember, but everything comes back that she doesn't have it. As of today, Katie's condition remains unknown and undiagnosed. Her future therapy and prognosis are unknown. 3. The boy conceived with a tortoise shell on his back. Didier Montalvo is a boy from rural Colombia who was born with a giant congenital melanocytic nevus. Normally, the condition is characterized by an abnormally dark non-cancerous skin patch, nevus, that is composed of pigment-producing cells called melanocytes. The boy's condition is so extreme that a mole grows so large to become like a tortoiseshell on his back. Worse, it has moles growing all over his body at an abnormal rate of speed. According to the locals, the disease is caused by the devil because Didier was conceived on an eclipse. As a result, he was avoided by other children and banned from the local school. Fortunately, a good Samaritan, UK surgeon Neil Bulstrode, heard about Didier's condition and decided to help. He traveled to Bogota and surgically removed the mole. Didier was 6 years old when he underwent the surgery. The operation was a success, and the whole mole was removed. Now Didier is living a normal life. He goes to school and plays with other kids. 2. A baby born with a tiny head and part of a brain sticking out. The name of this baby is Ozzy Gordon. He was born with a birth defect called microcephaly, which causes him to have a small head and part of his brain sticking out from his misshapen skull. The problem was later fixed with surgical procedures. The parents, Amobola and Chekota Gordon, were aware of the potential problem before birth, but they refused to get an abortion. Indeed, when the infant was born, he had his skull and brain not formed properly, which causes brain tissue to bulge outside of his misshapen skull. Since little chance was given for the baby to survive, they were expecting Ozzy to die within his first few days, but he survived. Although having many health issues, the parents, Mr. and Mrs. Gordon, love their baby and call him a miracle. They are determined to give Ozzy a normal and happy life. If you have any updates on Ozzy's condition, kindly share it below with our viewers. Number 1. Little boy born with no eyes. Christian Buchanan's condition is called tessier cleft lip and palate. This is a rare facial deformity that has been recorded 60 times in medical history. The condition occurs when facial tissues don't join properly during the development of the fetus. It often results in severe facial disfigurement. Sufferers may not be able to eat, speak, or see. When questioned, the mother, Lacey, states, "His condition was caused by amniotic banding syndrome," she said. She also explained that despite speech and learning difficulties, the condition has not stopped the courageous little boy from living a full life. Lacey also stated, "Christian is a very typical 6-year-old little boy. He's learning to read, he likes to wrestle with his little brother, all the things that any 6-year-old would enjoy." Thank you for watching till the end. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload new videos. Remember to like the video and share it with your friends to help us improve our ranking.